Hey guys, it's Logan, and welcome to this video. Obviously, by the title, you probably can guess that J.J. Watt of the Houston Texans has been released. They have parted ways mutually, and yeah, decide to go their separate ways. So in this video, I'll talk about what exactly that means for the Texans and what that means for, or potential landing spots for J.J. Watt. So for the Texans, this makes them a much worse team because I do think J.J. Watt for the whole city of Houston was like a very big factor. Obviously, he's helped raise a ton of money for like hurricane relief and that sort of stuff. I'm pretty sure he won the Walter Payton Man of the Year award. Um, so on that side of it, Houston is losing a lot in the presence of J.J. Watt, and then the Texans are losing a lot of J.J. Watt as a player because obviously he's a very good defensive end. Um, Not sure uh, how many defensive player um how many defensive player of the years JJ Watt has. Um, Searching that up. Okay, so JJ Watt has 3 defensive players of the year, which is very hard to do. Be the best defender at in the league. At yeah, yeah. So obviously you're losing a lot as a player. I think this supremely diminishes their value as an organization because their defense already sucks. And so I think they are one of like the biggest dumpster fires in the NFL. And the only thing that can make them worse is if they have to trade Deshaun Watson because he does not want to be there. So, yeah, he doesn't want to be there. But the Texans are adamant, yo, we ain't trading you. So Deshaun Watson could like hold out and then get fined a bunch and then all this stuff. But I think if that happens, then the Texans are the worst team, or at least have the worst roster in the NFL. Just no real standout players um, on that roster besides like Deshaun Watson. And there's a couple people who are leaving in free agency. I think the only like decent player is Justin Reed, who is their safety, who would stay on that team, possibly. Uh, but yeah, the Texans don't have a huge amount at any position really. If they trade Deshaun Watson, or if they cut him or release him or a bunch of stuff. Um, so then we move to the J.J. Watt side. Potential landing spots. I have heard the Browns. That seems to be a leading one, or one that J.J. Watt has, I think, said he would like to go to. Just because they are financially good. They have a good roster. They are contenders. I think if he goes there, they're even more of contenders. Because their D line ain't great. Yeah, you have Myles Garrett, but outside of that, you don't have anything super special. So if you had J.J. Watt, then you got some good stuff. Um, so I've heard the Browns. I said Browns, right? Yeah. I've heard the Browns, and then there's also people who have liked the Steelers. I don't think that's a real possibility. Like yeah, it's a cool storyline. All of the Watt brothers. You got Derek at fullback, who's on the Steelers. You have TJ, who's a really good linebacker, and then JJ, who would potentially go there. But I don't think he would go there just because the Steelers are, or their cap space ain't great. Their money ain't great. So that's not, in my eyes, that's not a huge possibility. I've also heard the Packers, just because their pass rush in general isn't super spectacular. They have Kenny Clark and Zadarius Smith, but Kenny Clark eats up blockers, and then Zadarius Smith is a pretty good pass rusher. So I think if you have J.J. Watt, then that like boosts everything up because people are like, yo, we have to block J.J. Watt. That opens lanes for other people. Just like if you have a star receiver, then more people will try and cover him, and then open stuff up for other players. Except not in the Super Bowl, really. Yeah, the Bucks kind of destroyed Tyreek Hill, and then also destroyed everyone else. But that usually doesn't happen. Um, so yeah, back to Packers. They are a pretty good landing spot. I don't think as good as the Browns for a potential landing spot. Well, that's just my opinion. I've heard the Bucks, which would be a good spot. I mean, obviously they just won the Super Bowl. Yeah, and they have like a couple, or not a couple. They have a lot of people leaving in free agency. Um, so that's a factor, and yeah, Bucks are an option. Not my favorite option for J.J. Watt. Personally, if I were J.J. Watt, I'd probably go to the Browns. That's just me. Uh, they have seemed to put a lot of work into their roster and trying to get good players, so and have a good amount of financial stability, I guess. Um, so yeah, those are just a couple landing spots. Obviously, he can technically go anywhere. Um, there's just like a couple teams that will not get him. Like the Saints ain't gonna get him. Just because they are supremely over cap. Um, just money stuff. So yeah. Just some teams can get him, some teams can't. There's better landing spots for J.J. Watt than others. So, yeah. I mean, hopefully he can still be an all pro and still do very well. Um, and again, this makes the Texans, I think, one of the worst teams in the league. Obviously, they did have the number 3 overall pick this year, even though that's going to Miami, because they traded for a bunch of people. And there's, yeah, like Kenny Stills didn't really pan out. Laramie Tunsil has been decent. Um, but I think so far the Dolphins have won that trade. Um, so, yeah. I guess that's all I have for you guys. Tell me what you think in the comment section below. Where you think J.J. Watt should go. What you think this means for the Texans. If y'all think they are like the biggest dumpster fire in the NFL. And tell me what you want to see for off-season stuff. Obviously, I've already done a mock draft. Um, did the Matthew Stafford trade thing. But anything else like a free agency thing, a head coaching thing, no, I'll probably do more mock drafts as time progresses. But also, please like and subscribe and all of that. Click that notification bell. I think it'll alert you when I post new stuff. I'm not super sure. I've never used it. But yeah, and as always, thank y'all so very much. Peace.